Hey everyone, it's Pickleball with Tyler from Universal Rackets, and in this video, we're going to be doing a full masterclass on how to block back hard shots. Once again, if you stay tuned for this whole video, we're going to teach you exactly what to do when someone is smashing the ball at you like that when you're up at the kitchen. We're going to teach you when someone's at the baseline, you're up at the kitchen, when they're hitting an amazing banger drive, how to block that ball back. And last but not least, we're going to teach you how to return a super difficult serve or drive. If your opponent ever kills their serve, we're going to be able to give you the tips and tricks and strategies on how to block back, and not only block back, but hit that effective return so you can counter any power with ease. So make sure you buckle your seatbelts and stay tuned, because this is going to be an amazing pickleball masterclass on how to block back any type of hard shot. Let's go. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about what an attackable ball is. If you ever see your opponent make contact when they're up at the kitchen above the net, that means that they can be aggressive, that means that they can hit the ball hard, and that means that they're going to hit the shot down. The number one thing to block back fast shots is to recognize the fast shot. By recognizing the fast shot, you're able to prepare and get yourself into the proper position. If you don't recognize it, you're not going to have enough time to make sure that you're in the right place. So once again, if you ever see up at the kitchen, and we're going to start at the kitchen, if you ever see your opponent like this, or when they're making contact above the net, they are going to hit a fast, aggressive shot. Now, the higher level you get in pickleball, the lower that a player can hit an aggressive shot from. What I mean by that is a beginner, any ball up here, they're going to kill. Then as you get more advanced and as you get even closer to the pros, the lower they can hit an aggressive shot from. If you see any high level, pro level pickleball, they're able to hit aggressive shots from below the net. But in general, for any club level player, any ball above here is going to be an aggressive shot. Now, the first thing that you have to do when you see that it's an aggressive shot, or if you or your partner pop the ball up, you have to make sure that you move back to give yourself time. And here's the two main common causes why players can't hit hard balls back, because either A, they stand up here and they go fight or flight, or B, they run away and they think the point's automatically over. What you need to do is C. And again, when you and your partner are up at the kitchen and your opponents are up at the kitchen or close to the kitchen, the first thing that you have to do is move back. Now, regardless of your pickleball playing level, if you want to block back hard shots or return hard shots, and you or your partner pops the ball up in the air, if you move back, you're going to be able to have at least 50% more of a higher chance of blocking that ball back. When you move back, you are giving yourself more time. Think, if I'm up here, the ball's going to come right there. The moment that I move back, I'm giving myself more distance between myself and my opponent, which is going to allow me to have more time to react. So if you ever see your opponent go like this, the first thing that you have to do is move back. Now, here's the thing. When you move back, notice how I move back into the court. I'm literally backpedaling while my chest and my hips are forward. A lot of players go wrong and they struggle with it and they can't do it because they either turn sideways or they turn their back and they run because they run away from the shot. All you need to do is go like this. Now, you might think, when am I supposed to stop moving backwards? You want to stop moving backwards when your opponent is about to hit the ball. So if my opponent is about to hit the ball, I'm going to stop and be back. So the higher the ball is, or the slower the ball is, the more of a chance you have to get all the way back to the baseline. So again, it's going to look like this. We're dinking, we're in a kitchen rally or anything. I pop the ball up, I'm going to move back, and I'm going to be here. Now, when I move back, I want you to notice my position. I want you to notice the position of my paddle, and that is key. A lot of players, they move back like this. Again, a lot of players, they move back like this. They get the tip about, okay, you have to move back, you want your body forward, but they're still in the ready position that they learned in their first clinic in pickleball. So they're moving back like this. Now, if I'm back in the court here and my opponent hits any ball around here, where is the ball going to go? It's going to go out every single time. It's going to go to the gate. It might go beyond the gate. So instead of moving back like this, I want you to watch what I do. We're dinking, my partner pops it up, I pop it up, here we are. Look, I move back and my paddle goes down. Once again, you want to make sure that your paddle is down. The reason why you want your paddle down, because anytime that your opponent is making contact above the net and they're going to hit the ball hard, what does that mean? They're going to hit the ball down into the court. If they don't, it's going to go long. So by putting your paddle down, that's going to give you the chance to block the ball back. So what I want you to do is just work on getting familiar with this procedure. Whenever you or your partner pop the ball up in there, step one, you're going to move back and you're going to put your paddle down. Now the next thing that I want you to focus on this position is my legs. Notice I'm not moving back and I'm like this. If I bend at my waist, I'm going to pop the ball up and it's going to be super difficult to move over. I want my feet hips width distance. I'm going to move back, put my paddle down, and I'm going to get into my legs. If I'm 6 feet, I want to be 5 feet. If I'm 5 feet, I want to be 4 feet. I want to be here. That's going to allow me to absorb the pace. That's going to allow me to get the ball back. And also, it's going to allow me to have the most range of motion. Notice when I'm here, I'm able to sweep over here. I'm able to go here, here, or here. Now, some players like the forehand. They like to do the forehand. I like to do the backhand because I like to think, and in your pickleball game, 80% of your pickleball shots are going to be a backhand. I want you to think forehands all the way over here, but when you get over here and all the way over here, you're always going to be in a backhand. So I like to, again, move back, put my paddle down, sit down, and make sure I'm in a backhand grip so I can literally sweep over here and try to get the ball back. Now, if you do that, but you still have trouble at returning these hard shots that your opponents are smashing the ball at you, it might be because you're moving your wrist. When you are doing this, you're blocking the ball. You're blocking the ball, you're not hitting the ball. So you might get into this proper position. You might be following everything with this video, but you still might be doing it wrong. And the reason why is because you're thinking about hitting. It's not a hit, it is a block. Whenever your opponent is like this, they're supposed to win the point. Your goal is to prolong the point. Once again, your goal is to prolong the point. Your goal is not to win the point. So by prolonging the point, all you have to do is just put your paddle out and try to block the ball back. I want you to think the faster the ball comes at you, the less you have to do with your paddle. So if someone hits the ball down at you, all you're going to do is just hold your paddle out here. So again, Michelle, she's over there throwing the ball at me. I'm going to move back and just hold my paddle here. Notice I'm going from here to here. Another big thing about this is you are keeping the center of your paddle or the light shining out the center of your paddle forward. Where players go wrong, do it again. They move back and then they go up with their wrist. Look where my paddle is. I'm going to show you right now. Is the center of my paddle facing forward? No, it's facing upward. The ball's going to go out of control. So you always want to think when you're defending these hard shots, you're going to keep your paddle out and you're always going to keep your paddle face forward or the center of your light, pretend there's a light shining out the center of your paddle forward. So again, I'm going to move back and here we are. I'm going to block it down. And every ball I'm not going to make. She should win the point, but I'm going to try to prolong as many points as possible. So I'm going to move back, shine my laser forward. Now, clearly, Michelle's hitting the ball a tiny bit slow, and people might be, oh, well, you're not demonstrating it like that. Yes, because this is for demonstration purposes. However, you could make it a little bit faster. Block it back. Now, another big thing, and for example, for that ball, do you take the ball out of the air or do you take it on the bounce? Now, personal preference, if you are in this situation, I like to take it off the bounce because I have a little bit more time and also the ground's going to absorb that power. However, there's going to be some times that you're going to get jammed like that. Maybe for that one, because I was so close, I should have took it out of the air. You want to move back, and then the moment that she makes contact with the ball, I'm going to set. And now wherever that ball is, when my paddle's here, if it's on the bounce or if it's out of the air, that's going to determine it. So it's not, you don't pick it all the time, it picks you, if that makes sense. The main thing that you always want to do though, and this is a big thing as well, watch what I'm going to do. Notice how my paddle's always out in front. Where players go wrong again, do one more. Where players go wrong again is that they make contact close to their body and they get jammed. You want to always keep your paddle out in front and never take your paddle back. So if you struggle with determining whether or not to take it out of air or let it bounce, what you're going to do is you're going to prolong or elongate your arms, and you're just going to hold the paddle out. So this is a great drill to do. Make sure you're face forward. Start literally with your paddle out, your laser out in front, and all you're going to do is you're going to move back. Okay, and there we are. That was an amazing one. If she could hit any slower, that would be awesome. Here we are. One more. Here we are. Now let's go come super hard. Okay, so I'm going to take that on the bounce. So always out here, never in here. Yeah, and your paddle, what Michelle was saying, she doesn't have a mic, but her paddle touching the ball is going to determine if the ball is going to be on the bounce or if it's going to be out of the air. Now, your goal, again, is to prolong the point. Yes, you want to get the ball in the kitchen. Yes, you want to reset the ball back, but it is very difficult. You need to have the mentality that when your opponent's like this and you're in this proper position, you are hoping to get the ball back. You need to be okay with popping the ball up. You need to be okay with missing the shot a little bit high. A lot of players go wrong because what they do is that they try to hit and think, oh, I try to get it in the kitchen, I need to reset it. I'm already supposed to lose, but I need to reset. They try to perfect it. Look, the ball in net, she won the point. 100% Michelle won that point. However, if I go back and I reset it and I pop the ball up a little bit high, okay, Michelle can still miss. Now what it's going to be, keep on hitting this one. Here we are. So go hit, I'm going to pop it up. She's going to go again. I'm going to pop it up. She's going to go again. She's just being so nice to me. Here we are. Okay, now I've won in the kitchen. Now I'm going to move up and then I'm going to hit. So the goal is to be back here and be patient until you get a good one up to the kitchen. So you can stay back here, block it back, block it back, block it back. Try to get your opponent to hit another ball. And then finally, when you get a good one, go up to the kitchen. Don't try to be a perfectionist, make it, miss it in the net, and just automatically end the point. Prolong the point as much as possible. And yes, we're talking a lot about this, but so many pickleball players get in this situation and they lose points that maybe they could have won, or they can prolong the point. If you can prolong the point and keep it as long as possible, move back, keep your body forward, keep your paddle out in front, you're going to win 50% more points. Because think, how many times do you miss when you have an easy shot? Now, we're talking about moving back when our opponents are up at the kitchen. Now we're going to get into what to do when someone drives the ball at you. Now, if you ever play with bangers, if you ever hit your return and you're up at the kitchen and your opponents have their thirds, this is the shot that you need to do. A lot of players cannot hit hard shots when their opponents drive to them up at the kitchen because they're doing this. Number one, the main thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep your body in the proper position. So when I'm in the proper position, the first thing that I want to do is I want to be in a balanced stance. Your stance will determine if you're going to block the ball back and deal with all this power that your opponent has, or if you're going to just get blown away. And when someone is hitting the ball super hard at you, the moment that they recognize that, okay, all I have to do is hit the ball at Judy super hard, I'm going to win the point, it's like a shark smelling blood in the water. However, if they drive the ball at Judy, and Judy's here, and Judy just blocks the ball back, they're going to lay off a little bit. They're going to go, oh my gosh, that hard shot doesn't work. So the best way to end a banger or a hard hitter is to cut it off early. It's like if you have a kid, an early kid, and your child doesn't want to go to bed and you're super tired right now recording a video. And if you let that child just continue to play with toys and do whatever when it's bedtime, they're going to go, okay, well, guess what? I can get away with it. My parents aren't going to take away my toys. I can just keep on playing until it's bedtime, right? You need to take the toys away regardless if they cry or not. And you have to be, hey, guess what? It's bedtime, right? Michelle's smiling back there, right? Called setting a boundary. You have to set your boundary with your bangers. You got to tell them, hey, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You can try, you can hit hard, you can get your arm sore and everything like that, but it is not going to work. The first thing about making it not going to work is you have to have courage. You have to have courage and you have to be in the proper position. Proper position is you want your feet hips width distance, you want to get into your legs, and you want to have your paddle out in front. Notice you want to be in the proper position that you can absorb the pace and that you can block the ball back. Too many players, they go wrong because they're hitting, someone bangs the ball at me, and they're moving back. Now, even if they make the ball, it's going to be the 1-2 punch. Michelle's going to go boom, boom, and smack me down, all right? So she's going to drive the ball. Here we are. Yep. We're going to get blown out. Here we are. So I'm going to move back, and now, boom, and then she's going to absolutely kill me. Instead of doing that, I need to make sure that I'm brave, I have courage, I'm getting into my legs, I'm dropping in my center of gravity, and my paddle is always out in front. Once again, for one hand, here we are. Need to make sure I'm brave. Here we are. And my paddle's out in front. Now, that was maybe not a good one for me. Look at my contact. I need to make my contact out here. The most common reason that you're doing this is because your paddle is not in the proper position. A lot of players, they don't recognize it, but they're here, and then look, they're going out to the ball, and then they end up popping the ball up, or they can't hit it. Instead, they need to already keep their paddle out here. Notice, my paddle meets the ball doesn't meet my paddle. I'm not waiting for the ball to come my paddle. I'm having my paddle meet the ball. So the best drill that you can do is do exactly what I'm doing right now. Make sure we're in the proper position. Again, we're staying grounded and balanced. Pretend you have a glass of milk on the top of your head. Pretend that if someone came to push you after you hit your volley, you wouldn't move, right? If I'm staying like this or I'm off balance, if someone came to push me, light push, I'd fall right over, my glass of milk would be over. So what you're going to do, the best drill to do, is make sure that you're out in front and literally just have your partner feed the ball. So I'm going to be here, partner's going to feed the ball. A couple more. So I'm going to be here, partner is going to feed the ball. One more. Here we are. Partner is going to feed the ball. Now, that not only is going to help you get the proper form, but that's also going to help you have confidence that if someone kills the ball at you, you're going to be able to block it back. It's going to give you that confidence that, oh, I can do this. I see it all the time. So it's like if I were to play Major League Baseball. If a pitcher threw me a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, I'd be blown away. It would go so fast I wouldn't even see it. But if you went to a professional baseball player and he was batting against a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, it would come slower because he is used to it. You are getting used to these hard shots. And by getting used to it and familiar with it, not only you're going to improve your technique, but you're going to be able to have the confidence that you can do it in a match. I remember a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I was drilling and someone was speeding the ball up at me every single time. Alex Miller, he'd speed the ball up at me. I'd be up at the kitchen and he'd speed, every time we drill, he'd speed the ball up at me. So when I was playing against people on open play or rec play or tournaments, I was able to block every single speed up back because I was used to Alex speeding up every single shot. Then Alex moved, and I stopped drilling with Alex. And what happened is now when someone speeds the ball up at me, I'm not as confident, I'm not as used to it. There were so many times, again, I was probably way worse of a pickleballer back then, at least I hope so, but I was so used to speed ups because he was doing it. Now, I don't play with someone that speeds the ball up all the time, and now I feel way less confident. So that's why you want to do these drills and really get used to it and have someone put you in that position over and over and over again. Now, the biggest thing to do, and we said this at the start of the video, is you have to anticipate your opponent's hard shot so you can be in the proper position. Now, whenever you and your partner are up at the kitchen and your opponents are up at the kitchen and they're looking like this, what do? We already went over this. You're going to move back and put your paddle down and sit down. Now, whenever your opponents are back at the baseline hitting their thirds, instead of seeing them like this, knowing that you can move back, what you're going to do is you're going to see them like this. If you ever see your opponents go like this, they're going to drive the ball. Now again, the more advanced you get and the higher level you get, disguise comes a big play. And what I mean by that is you want to disguise your drives and your drops. You want to hold it to last minute. This is what Ryan Sherry said. And then you either want to drop it or you want to drive it. But if you're playing at a club level, you're going to be able to really determine if A, they're going to drive the ball, look at that take back, or B, they're going to drop the ball. It's probably going to be a bit different. Now, if you ever see someone like this, back at the baseline, when you and your partner are up at the kitchen, you're going to think this. So again, and we're going to make a reel out of this. When your opponents are at the kitchen and they're like this, you're going to move back and put your paddle down. We already worked on that. We got into the technique and everything, prolonged the point. Now, if you ever see your opponents like this and you're up at the kitchen, you're going to be out in front and you're going to brace. So if she puts her paddle back, I'm going to be out here. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is, look, I'm always taking it as a backhand. I'm always taking it as a backhand. What you don't want to do is when someone hits the ball to you, You don't want to take it as a forehand because you're going to get jammed. Now, if the ball's over here, you can do it as a forehand, but you might want to do that when you are, if someone's going down the middle, you might want to move over. But here we are. So you're going to go, and again, I'm going to hold my paddle out in front. Notice the big thing with the forehand, again, is you're always keeping your paddle face open and forward. You're never taking your paddle back. Again, you're never taking your paddle back and catching it. You're here and forward or here and forward. I like to always make sure that I brace in a backhand because, again, 80% of your shots are going to be backhand. Now, I made this awesome real short, quick video, and I said, if you want to beat bangers or you struggle with bangers, you want to use two hands when you play. And I was surprised. It was a really good video, but so many people had a disagreement on, well, you don't want to teach two hands. That's insane. You can't hit a good ball, X, Y, and Z. In my opinion, and when I went to make that video, I was playing these guys. One of them played former professional tennis, was ranked the top 200 in the world, and they would bang every single ball at me. Now, a normal banger, I was okay with one hand. One hand, you have more flexibility. But this guy with his professional tennis forehand, I didn't have enough. I was too shaky. I didn't have enough stability. So what I did against him is I literally put two hands out. The reason why I put two hands out is because I can absorb the ball more and I have more stability with two hands. Instead of having one hand allowing your paddle to move, if you have two hands, it forces you to keep your paddle out in front and in the proper position. It forces you not to swing. It forces you to be here rather than a one hand. You can get all fancy and more things can go wrong. Think of it like assistance or like a back brace or like training wheels. This will help you block the ball back. Now, I went and played him. I put two hands on the paddle and I never had a problem with his forehand again. Well, there's still some ones they'd win the point. But anytime he went right at me, when I had two hands, I would always block the ball back because I had more stability. I was able to force my paddle be in the proper position. And also I was able to absorb it more in my hands. The moment that I did this, and that's what I do with one hand sometimes, again, it doesn't work, or I open up my paddle face because the ball's coming so hard and I open the paddle up. Now, I got done the matches. I did it like 3 matches in a row. I didn't want to just do it once and share. So I did it 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, anytime this guy drives the ball at me, maybe I don't always make it, but I have the awesome confidence. I'm like, I can drive it at me, dude. And he actually stopped driving at me because, again, when you are able to discipline whoever you're playing and end the habits prematurely, they're not going to want to do it. So every time he'd drive it at me, I'd be right here. Boom, two hands, two hands, two hands. I'd win points. I was able to. Again, he stopped driving at me. And then guess what? I went and recorded a reel and said, if you're ever playing with bangers, all you need to do instead of one hand, two. It went viral. It did really well, but everyone, oh, how could you? How could you? How could you? All I say with this is if you struggle with it, before you say anything, I don't care if you're the biggest one-hander, Pete Sampras, Roger Federer, Ben Johns fan ever, go with two hands and hold the paddle out in front against someone who bangs the ball at you. Try it a couple times, not just once, and put it down and see how much that changes your game. I'm 100% confident that that will absolutely transform your pickleball game if you can keep two hands on your paddle at all times when someone hits the ball super hard at you. Now, we're going to be going over the last way that someone could hit the ball hard at you, and that is when you are back at the baseline hitting a drive or a return. If someone's serving the ball super hard at you, or if you have to take a third from a really hard return, we're going to teach you exactly how to hit hard shots back from the baseline. Again, we went over when someone's hitting hard at you, hitting down in court when they're offensive. We went over when someone's hitting hard at you from back at the baseline when they're hitting at the baseline to you. Again, when someone's like this up at the kitchen, you move back, put your paddle down, give more time, block the ball back. When someone's like this, you move up, you brace for impact, you use my recommendation of two hands, keep it short, and always make contact out front. How do we do it? You're doing it with repetition, getting someone drill with you, hit the ball hard at you so you get confident with it. And now we're going to take it all the way back to the baseline, try to find a good camera angle so my phone doesn't overheat, and we're going to teach you how to hit hard serves and thirds. Let's go. Now, if someone is serving or driving the ball hard at you and you have to deal with a lot of power, we're going to talk about that right now. The first thing that you have to do, and the number one thing I think why players go wrong, is because when players are returning hard shots, they don't give themselves enough space. If you can move back, and once again, we did this up at the kitchen, if you move back, you give yourself more time. A lot of players go wrong because they think that they have to stand at the baseline. If I'm standing at the baseline, someone who hits super hard and deep, they serve super hard and deep at me, I'm going to get jammed, I'm not going to have space, I'm not going to have time, and I'm not going to be able to hit a good return or drive. If someone hits a good serve or drive at you, instead of being here, I want you to be back here. I'm trying to stay in the camera, that's why I'm over here. But I want to be back here so you can give yourself more time. Whenever you're moving forward, you're in the best place to win. Whenever you're moving backward, you're in the worst place to win. Whenever you're moving forward, you can hit the most consistent shot. Whenever you're moving backward, you're going to hit the most or the worst shot. So what I mean by that is start a little bit back. So now when someone hits the ball hard, number one, you're going to give yourself more time. Number two, you're not going to get jammed, so you're going to be able to make contact out in front. And number three, you're going to get your momentum forward. And we're going to talk about in a little bit how essential that forward momentum is. So the first thing, again, if someone serves super hard at me, I'm going to start a little bit back, maybe 1, 2, 3 steps. Now clearly, okay, well, what if someone serves the ball short? Well, then you got to move up. But if someone's continually drilling the ball at you and you're struggling with returning these serves, if you're struggling because they're super powerful and deep, you're going to start a little bit back. So you're going to be back here. If you don't believe me, go watch any type of professional pickleball and look where every single one of those returners stand. They stand back so they can give themselves time and they can make sure that their contact is out in front and they ensure that they're moving forward. Now, the next thing, the faster the ball comes back, the shorter of a swing that I need. I want you to think with this. If someone serves the ball super hard or drives the ball super hard, you need to think redirect. You don't need to think hit. A lot of times someone serves super hard and they take a giant swing and they try to hit. Instead of taking a giant swing, I just want you to block back. Shorten up your swing and shorten up your backswing. The moment that you take a big backswing or you take the paddle back a ton is the moment that you're going to get jammed, you're going to not be able to meet the ball, and you're going to pop the ball up. So if I'm hitting a backhand return, I'm staying back, I'm going to turn here if it's super hard, powerful, and then I'm going to go forward. Same thing for the forehand. If I'm hitting a forehand return, I'm going to be here, I'm going to take my paddle back short, and then go forward. Notice, I'm not taking my paddle back. I'm literally just holding the paddle here. I'm still turning my body and I'm blocking them all. Now, the big thing is you need to make sure that you turn your body. A lot of times players, the ball comes so fast, they forget to turn. You got to be back here. Step one, be back. Step two is turn to the forehand or backhand side as soon as you recognize before the ball even crosses the net. You want to be here or you want to be here, and then you want to move forward. Now, I want you to notice my swing path when I'm moving forward. I'm here. I'm going to stand closer just for camera purposes, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to take the paddle back and then look, forward. One more. Here we are. Forehand. Paddle back, forward. I'm finishing out and forward. I'm not taking a giant swing. You need to make sure that you're pushing, you're redirecting, or you're blocking the ball back. So again, stand back, be in a proper position, get into your legs. You want to balance, same thing, so you can absorb the pace. You're going to turn your body, but you're not going to take your paddle back too far back. Don't take it all the way back behind you, and then move forward. Now, the slower the serve that comes, the bigger of a swing you can take back. Do you want to serve some balls to me? The slower the ball comes, the bigger of a swing that you can take. However, the faster the balls come, the shorter of a swing you can take. So Michelle's going to serve some balls at me, and I am going to demonstrate this. Now, the next thing, notice how I'm moving. I'm moving up here, or I'm moving up here. The reason why players can't return hard serves is because they're moving to the side like this and they're moving over. What I want to do is I either want to move up to the right or up to the left. You want to think moving in a V. I'm moving on this side of the V, or I'm moving on this side of the V. I'm never moving side to side because then my momentum's going aside. So I'm moving back, here we are, short backswing, redirect, and I'm moving up. The next thing I really want to emphasize is my body. Notice, because I'm taking a short swing, what am I doing to hit a good hard return back? I'm using my body momentum. Me moving forward is what is getting the ball to go forward. It's not my swing. This is where players go wrong. Someone's hitting super hard and they're gonna go like this. Big swing. It's gonna be uncontrolled. What I need to do again is I need to keep my body down, my body forward, take a short swing, and again, I'm going to use my momentum to get that ball up. The less you can have your body do and keep it more compact and concise, the better of the return it's going to be. So start a little bit back, make sure you take your paddle back, not all the way, move up to the ball, keep your head down, body forward, and keep your body down throughout the shot. And here's another thing. When players hit, they're going to do this. They're going to hit, and they're going to pop their body up. The faster ball comes, the more difficult it is to control. I want to think that I'm tackling someone. I want to keep my head down, my body forward, and when Michelle serves, I'm going to be here, and look, head down, body forward. It's like I'm tackling someone when I hit. Now, the last thing that you need to do, again, is you need to make sure that you move through the shot. A lot of players, where they go wrong is someone hits the ball, and they have to wait, and then they go. Notice, I am not letting the ball come to me. I'm going up to the ball. And the cool thing about this video is we went over so many different situations up at the kitchen, if someone's back, moving back and all that, but the same principles apply in different types of situations by what? Not letting the ball come to you, you going to the ball, you taking the ball out in front, you keeping your body down, you keeping your head down, you blocking, redirecting, prolonging the point. And if you can do that, you will be able to hit hard shots with ease. Now, the last thing that I want to say about this whole video is the best way to do it is get a beautiful partner, or as good as you can get, and make sure you get them to hit hard shots at you. Make sure to drill. The more you see it, the more you're going to be able to deal with it. Again, think of a pitcher with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. If you can redirect, if you can move back to give yourself time, if you're up at the kitchen, someone's smashing the ball, or if we're talking about the serve when someone's hitting super hard, if you can minimize your swing on all of these shots and not take a big swing because you're redirecting the ball back, you're prolonging the point, you're having confidence, keeping your head down, your body down, getting into your legs, you will be able to block any ball back regardless of playing level again. Now, the best way to enjoy this video is to make sure that you share it with your pickleball group. The best way is not to give a thanks or subscribe or like. Who cares about any of that? The best way is to make sure to share this with all of your pickleball groups. If you're a hard, powerful player, if you win a lot of points being powerful, you probably don't want to share this to people. The reason why, because regardless of their level, they're going to see this video and they're going to have all these tips, and guess what? They're going to be able to block your hard shots back. It's not going to work anymore because they have the proper tips. It's not because they had to play pickleball for 10 years and prior racket sports experience. They're moving back to give themselves time now. They're keeping their paddle out in front. They're letting their paddle go to the ball instead of ball going to paddle. They're being balanced. They're redirecting. They're prolonging the point. Now they're going to be so much better off when you hit power at them. So if you hit power at them, I hope your opponent, or if you're a powerful player winning cheap shots on people, I hope your opponents don't find this video, because they're going to be able to redirect your power. Guys, we just have this amazing thing in the works soon. Make sure to click the link in the description. These are the best pickleball paddles, best pickleball wear, best ball carts, everything. In my opinion, Carbon has the best branding. It's like, in my opinion, it's like the sexy version of pickleball. Good looking, feels good. This shirt is absolutely amazing, wicking sweat. It's like 100 degrees out here right now, but we're still recording. Have a good one. Share this with all your friends, all your groups, and we'll see you guys next time on court. See ya.